Okay, so first things first, to baking these cookies, what you want to do is you want to take a cup and a half. You want to take 3/4 cups of butter, right? Smack them in a pot. Let me get my setup real quick. So you take 3/4 cups of butter, which is a stick and a half approximately, and you put them into a pot just to melt it. Make sure you don't leave them on for too long or else it will brown or burn. Preferably you would want to like divide it into some pieces before you do this, but I'm a rebel like that, so. And so what you want to do while that's melting is you want to go get your measuring cups out and stuff, because you will need a lot of these for this recipe. Something I forgot to put in the list of ingredients that you need is make sure you get instant espresso coffee powder and not espresso baking powder. That is the very key difference in this recipe. It will make all the difference in the world, trust me. Okay, so now that our butter is fully melted, what we want to do is we want to put it into our bowl and then let it cool. Because I found this out the hard way. If you do not let it cool before you start adding in the dry ingredients and stuff, it will actually melt the chocolate chips and it'll screw the whole recipe up. So that's like a big caramel no-no that you don't want to end up doing. Throw in a 1/4 cup of white sugar. And then after this is the hardest part for me. You're going to want to crack in a whole egg into your bowl. After that, you take another egg, but you don't use the whole thing. You just want the yolk. Crack it into your bowl. And then what we're going to do is carefully, with our hands, we're going to sift it out. And then shift it from one hand to the other, until all the yolk comes off. Or until all the white comes off. It doesn't need to be all of it. It doesn't need to be perfect. You just need to get like as much of it as you can off. Because any excess liquid could kind of ruin the recipe. Just keep rolling it in through your fingers, rolling it between your hands. Oopsies. It should be fine if you drop it back in by accident, because it's not like it's gonna reattach. It's just a mild inconvenience. But you want to keep rolling it between your fingers till it feels kind of smooth and not very like slimy. Which might take a little bit, but that's fine because we're not in a rush here. And then you take that, drop it into your bowl, and then I'm gonna wash my hands. So you can like use the egg white for other things, but I'm lazy, so I'm not gonna do that. I usually just put them down the sink, But again, you can use them for like other desserts if you plan on making something else right after, which I'm not. And then after that, you are gonna mix. Just until combined. You don't want it to be like, you want to mix it till it, like, this is going to sound nasty, but you want to mix it until it forms like a brown paste kind of. Oh, how silly of me. I forgot our espresso powder. That's like the main thing of this. Hang on. So you want to do about a tablespoon of it. You want to do 2 tablespoons of it actually, because if you don't, it'll be a little bit weak if you don't. The espresso flavor anyway. Again, it's getting absolutely everywhere, but that's okay because we can clean up after. Not usually this messy when I bake, but there's always going to be a little bit of oddity in things, you know? That looks much better. So you want to mix it till it becomes like very kind of, you want to mix it till it becomes kind of sludgy. You don't want it to be like liquidy and runny like this. You want to do it until it kind of like, until it like drips off the spoon like that, and it kind of sticks there. And so after this, we're gonna take, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, dispose of the eggshells if you still have them around, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna add 1 3/4 cups of flour. You don't need to be like, you're not baking for Gordon Ramsay here. You'll be fine. You're not on like a competition show or anything. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be okay. You just need to try your best. That's all. I will admit this is my first time ever having to like film a recipe myself, and I'm probably, again, I'm trying my best, and that's what matters. In life, all you really need to do is try your best, and then that should be okay. And if people don't appreciate you for your best, then that's their problem. All right, so now that the cookies are ready, we're gonna take them out of the oven, obviously. Again, you want to be very careful doing this so you don't burn your hands off like I did the first time I tried to do this. Wear mitts. I cannot stress this enough. Don't use like a towel or anything. Don't try to brute force it, because that's only going to end up with you getting hurt. And I don't want that. Now, a lot of the time, the cookies are going to spread out in the oven, as they naturally do, and sometimes you're going to have to do a little bit of surgery with them, toothpick, to try to separate them. Because if you try to like break them, if you try to break them apart, like just like after they're done baking, it's just not going to turn out well. But look at what we have here. Beautiful. Turned out perfect like they usually do.